We begin tonight with the race for president, 20 days to go. Vice President Harris in Pennsylvania with more than 100 Republican officials who are backing her. And her pledge tonight to Republicans and independents. And Harris pointing to Donald Trump's words, Trump doubling down again on his threats to use the military if necessary to go after who he calls the enemy from within. Donald Trump, meanwhile, at a town hall for women, Trump calling himself the father of IVF. Tonight, Vice President Harris calling that, quote, bizarre, since Trump appointed the 3 justices who helped overturn Roe, putting IVF at risk. And Vice President Harris late today going on Fox News declaring my presidency will not be a continuation of Joe Biden's presidency. Mary Bruce leading us off from Pennsylvania.
Tonight, standing at the site where George Washington crossed the Delaware, surrounded by over 100 Republican leaders and officials who now support her campaign, Vice President Kamala Harris arguing the ideals America was founded on are now at stake.
We are here today because we share a core belief that we must put country before party.
Harris arguing former President Donald Trump is a danger to democracy.
It's just beyond me to how she can get up there and just say that so clearly and level-headed and well thought out. We cannot put party in front of country, but they do it every damn time they meet. They can't do anything for us. We want shit done. And what do? Deadlock. Oh, it's almost a 50-50, 49-58. And then when they do have things that they can vote in, then they got these Democrats who drag their feet and don't get things, So it's a big old game. It's never going to end. We're always going to be on the edge of our seat. And every vote is always going to be more important than the last one. It's just always going to be that way. So we need to settle in and start dealing with them more appropriately.
Clear. Donald Trump is increasingly unstable and unhinged. And he is seeking unchecked power.
The vice president citing Trump's growth.
And just real quick, you guys, every president, if they could, would seek unchecked power. Remember when Bush was trying to start wars? Oops. Remember when Bush was starting wars? That's unchecked power. When you don't go through the normal process because you know that it's a possibility it won't happen, or you know for a fact it won't happen. So they all look for unchecked power. She's looking for unchecked power. She done got herself into a presidential race. She's 3 weeks away from an election, and she didn't get any votes to be in the position she's in. In fact, she was passed off as something that she is not to be in the position that she's in. So she needs to shut up with that. And I am very upset with Kamala Harris for being as disingenuous as she is, for looking at black men the way she is, for putting us last, completely last. And that's not an accident. That's totally intentional. It's to let anybody who is still willing to allow her to do a little bitty something for us, which is really, from what I read, nothing. Everything is exactly the way it was. She just changed some words around, and it's a shame. But as a black man, I can never support that. They have a very poor plan in dancing Kamala out in front of us and expecting us all to jump on it. It's not like that. We're better than that, you guys.
Growing calls to crack down on his political opponents, repeatedly calling them the enemy from within, even threatening to use the military against them. The former president doubling down today on Fox News.
It is the enemy from within, and they're very dangerous. These people, they're so sick, and they're so evil.
Harris seizing on Trump's words.
He has stated that one of the biggest threats America faces is, quote, the enemy from within. The enemy from within. Let us be clear about what he is saying. He considers any American who doesn't support him or bend to his will to be an enemy to our country.
Well, that's what you've been telling us. You've been telling us that Donald Trump wants to take our country away from us. He wants to be a dictator from day one. You're telling us all of those things about this man, and half the country at least, and maybe more, I would imagine, wants to vote for this guy. So what are you saying about them? That's what I'm saying. You cannot be innocent when the things that you're accusing him of, you're doing the exact same thing, if not worse. I mean, he has people in this country who are our fellow American citizens. And if nothing else, we work with them, we shop with them, we eat with them, and we have to respect them. And if you think that you can say one thing and then do another and nobody's going to notice, that we're noticed. We can see you.
And further, he says that as commander-in-chief, he would use our military to go after them. Honestly, let that sink in. Use of the American military to go after American citizens?
The vice president tonight with this pledge to Republicans and independents weary of Trump.
No matter your party, no matter who you voted for last time, there is a place for you in this campaign.
But what if we voted for you last time? I mean, that's what I'm trying to say, you guys. Was this 4 years just a wash? Why don't they just say it then? But I mean, if you're here asking for our vote again, so you can save the country again, but you haven't really been standing on what you did already to let us know this is how far we got. COVID took us a little longer than we thought it would, but right now we're ready to move on with our plan. We're starting to get this, and let us know what you're doing, and quit telling us how terrible Donald Trump is. We know, we do know, we know he's bad, but we want to know how good you are, because we don't know anything about you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's very important for a person who has never won one state in a presidential primary. And yeah, you're going to have to do better than this.
The coalition we have built has room for everyone who is ready to turn the page on the chaos and instability of Donald Trump. Republicans, Democrats, and independents who want to move past the politics of division and blame and get things done on behalf of the American people.
I just don't understand what this election is going to change from the last one. If we vote for them again and Trump is on the outside again, can he block votes in the Senate from the outside still? Because if he can, I'd rather just put him on the inside. Shit, I mean, what is going on? She's trying to tell us that he's crazy and he's weak and he's stupid and he's all these things, but he's in control of a lot of shit that's been preventing them from moving forward, according to her. I don't believe it. But I mean, it's just a shame. And I don't think I've heard presidents get down on the candidate and it gets old. You don't want to hear all that. You really do want to hear his policies, her policies, what's going on in their mind as far as running our country and what direction we're going to go. Because I got all kind of information on her and Biden's proposals and promises and the things they did on the first day. They spent a lot of the first day undoing executive orders on immigration control, on keeping the borders, somewhat safe, where they're not just opening the floodgates, to basically tell the Border Patrol to stand down. And you intentionally want more people coming in, but you're telling your people, like, you don't know what's going on. Let me send Kamala down there and see what's going on at the border. It doesn't make no sense. It's an insult to us, We get insulted by it, and you guys got money for everything, but you don't have money for the people who live in this country, have been in this country, been in line, and will probably always be in line at the rate you guys are moving. But We need some progress, and we need some real campaign talk out of you, Kamala. You just sound like a bitter person. You sound like it's more personal between you and Trump. And I know you love the country and all of that stuff, but start talking about some of the wonderful things you're going to do to the country to restore it from what you guys have done. Because this last 4 years has been a wash. And to ask for another, that just... usually if somebody kind of wrecks your car or drops your bike, or you know what I'm saying, you don't let them ride it again, or you won't put them in the seat of your baby no more. You're like, nah, that's okay, I'll drive. You get over there. She shouldn't be driving or applying for a driver's license, because this is not. I don't think she's capable of driving this country, up, down, around, in any direction. She's not. At all what we need in a president.
So let's bring in Mary Bruce with us live tonight, because Mary, Vice President Harris, after weeks of challenging Donald Trump to a second debate, Trump refusing, Harris then going on 60 Minutes, Trump refusing, Harris now going...
And that's one of the smartest things that Trump could have did, was refuse those damn debate. Why? I mean, the debate at CBS, ABC, it doesn't matter, because most of the networks would favor the Democrats, and the few that he could go on, it wouldn't even be worth it. You got millions and millions of people who voted already, like he said. Trump said that, and it's the best thing. I'd be like, why? I mean, if we really cared about it, we would have done this before any kind of voting started. Once the voting started, it is what it is. And I don't think that Kamala is a better debater than Donald Trump, and I damn sure don't think he's a better one than her. But I just don't get the professional debating techniques. And out of everybody I've heard, that guy J.D. Vance was a good debater. He sounds just like intelligent, whether you believe him or not, or understand his policy, or were able to fact check him in real time. That's another thing. But I mean, the way he conducted himself, the confidence in his voice, his facial expressions, his calm demeanor. If you look ruffled and you're sweating, and while this guy's over here ripping your ass apart like he was doing while just flipping through and writing a book. And then when I think a few times he jotted down things, but he just looked way more calmer than Trump, than Kamala and Walz, but of the debaters. But debating don't mean shit. And some people are smooth liars, some people are smooth whatever. But doing the actual job, I don't know. I wish there was a miracle that would happen, and the people in the country were just holding it back and just vote for Jill Stein. She's on enough ballots in enough states to actually win, like for real win. And then people who don't want to see the duopoly go away. Oh no, what we gonna do in Congress? She don't have no congressman to work with her. We'll figure that out when we get there. We can figure that out if she had to executive order her way through life. But that's what we have to do.
On Fox News late today, and drawing a line of sorts moments ago between a potential Harris presidency and President Joe Biden.
David, Harris is very clearly trying to cast herself as the candidate of change here and reach out to disillusioned Republicans, doing that first interview just moments ago here with Fox News. And she made it very clear, saying, quote, "Let me be very clear. My presidency will not be a continuation of Joe Biden's presidency."
But when she's on national TV with the opportunity to say that, to answer the question genuinely in front of a bunch of folks twice, she's like, no, nothing I can think of, Joe, no. And then now she's like, they were probably like, that was a terrible answer. So now she's trying to, with the help of the media, get her correct answer out there, and which is not right. They should be making her get out there and do it her damn self. Getting on TV and getting so nervous that you don't answer questions right, you just have to live with it. It just is what it is. No way to fix it. You say some dumb shit, and then people get to come in and later on, oh, she didn't mean that. This is what she meant.
David, she went on to slam Donald Trump as unfit and a danger to democracy, David.
Once again, if I hear that one more time, I'm telling you, they just want you to be scared to go in your closet with the lights off because Donald Trump might be in there. I mean, I just think that's the worst thing you can do when campaigning against somebody, is just give them that much authority, that much power. You know, it might seem like he's a dark, evil figure, but what you're doing is you're constantly telling people how he's inside your head, because that's all you talk about. If you went to a rally and went through that rally talking about your accomplishments and your Joe Biden's accomplishments, everyone would feel more apt to vote for you, because we feel like you're locked in on what you're doing and you're not so discombobulated or thrown off by this guy. Because it looks like Trump has you guys kind of in a funk or something. I don't know. I can't explain it. But I just don't think there's anything really positive about Republicans coming by. That's the purpose of this video, just to say, so what? So what, you go get a bunch of old Republicans that you guys have told us the worst things about in campaigns over the years, and now all of a sudden it's country party, country over party. We're gonna put all our little squabbles aside and get together against arch enemy Trump. It makes people really wonder, what are you guys trying to hide? What has Trump uncovered? Is he exposing something? I mean, for you guys to work that hard to block this guy from a position that he was already in, I mean, so it's kind of hard for you guys to tell us that he's going to go in there and just go completely nuts, because he's nuts last time and we survived it, you know? I don't know. Just kind of weird, the response here. And just right at the end, Kamala, he's just sprinting and running and all over the place. And when you had 2.5 months, which was a very short time, but there were times you sat around. There were times when you could have been active. There were times you could have been spacing those yourself around and hitting those swing states just like you did, but making better use of your time and writing an agenda for black men. You know, all that kind of stuff.
Mary Bruce leading us off here. Mary, thank you.
Yeah, it's a very interesting election. I personally don't think that Kamala has a path to victory. I've been telling a lot of people that, and I believe that people get, I don't think Kamala can win mixed up with, you know, I want Kamala to win, that kind of stuff. They hear that in your voice. And when you say, I don't think she can win, they think you're saying, I don't want her to win. I don't care if she wins or loses or whatever. The country is going to be what the country is. But for her personal gain and her personal reasons for wanting to become president, I don't think it's going to be beneficial to us. You know what I mean? I just don't. If Trump could do nothing else but do something for this meager little country just so he can go brag about it, I mean, in his sick little way, he thinks that's doing good or whatever. But we just don't have a whole lot of hope. But for those of you who have not voted, look at Jill Stein, read her platform. So, I mean, they just got Cornel West blocked out. He ain't on enough ballots to do anything, you know. But Jill Stein is. And her talking lately is being echoed on some of the networks because they feel like they can bully her into trying to back down, or her supporters to back down. But she deserves a run just like anybody else. And of the candidates in the race, in my personal opinion, she has the most understanding of what's really going on in the country, and probably would be the best candidate we could have. I would love to support Jill Stein and to see her win like some crazy way that people would just lose it. This country would just lose it. But hey, they just have to lose it, because, you know, hope we get together and vote for her. But I'm going to get up out of here, you guys. I don't care how many Republicans they get and put behind Kamala. It's not going to change anybody's mind. You don't win Democratic votes with Republicans. And if you're trying to woo the Republicans over too hard, you might lose some of the Democrats you already got. So I don't know. You can keep on messing around with it if you want to, Kamala. If it wasn't broke, you shouldn't have fixed it. But apparently it was broke. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.